Ram. Offer my most loving, humble pranams at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet, my guru, my guide, my master, my everything. There's nothing more than I can say because he is and continues to be one with us. In fact, just right now, you were seeing this morning, Swami says, you and I are one. He decided to take the seat from there all the way one amongst us in the front seat to show that he left his Vibhuti Prasadam there for all of us. That's why I think he doesn't need any special seat. He's right there. He's in us all the time. That's the message I take this morning from here to this. He is there and continues to be there and always be with us, in us, around us, wherever we move about it. That's the promise that is given to the mankind if we trust him, if we want him. That's the most important thing. Thank you for the gracious introduction. I'm just nobody. I'm just simple, ordinary human being with no special talents, no special singing, no special chanting of the Vedas and Shastras, basically. I just know how to love him. That's all I know. And that's all that's needed to really grace further. In fact, he talked about computers. It was just, all the students will know, Swami will say, hey, computer ko bulao. So say Wadhwani, he says, call the computer guy, basically. So it was just became a nickname, so to say. Swami was just, in a sweet way, he was just trying to announce that all he does for the Institute. But at the end, we are not the doer. He's the motivator. He's the aspires us to do something. And he asks us, for us to achieve and get his grace, you have to adore him. You have to adore what you're doing. The Swami says 3 A's: aspire, adore, achieve. Adore is a huge bridge between what you aspire and what you want to achieve. So if you want to get his grace, you've got to put his teachings in your life. Swami, right? Swami says, my life is my message. I want you to make your life my message. And in the process, you become him and you become one with him. And that's the most essence of today's conversation. And whatever you take is what Swami probably will give it to you through this body in an hour, what they assigned me to this morning. So with gratitude to all of you and the organizers here who have arranged and given me the opportunity to be here and speak few words, and for which I remain very grateful, and to the organization for taking care of all the guest speakers. You had seen 2 guest speakers already, Sister Seema and Professor Bhagya. She'll get this excellent talk. Don't expect that from this little soul. But I'll share some of my inner experience with Bhagwan, because that's what we told. Is talk less of teaching, talk about more of him in you. So that's the charter they've given to me. Bhalvika SSC children, happiness is union with God. They did such a wonderful job, such a wonderful job. Under one more cross our lost it was an eye-opener that even though there's a split in the organization, that is only his divine will, but the organization expanding, growing, doing more and more Swami Seva, and that's what's more important. At our grassroots level, that's what's more important for us to continue and do a Seva. But for me, the happiness is really surrender. If you surrender to God through path of Seva, you will get eternal happiness. And then rest will follow with it. You don't have to worry about it. But you have to think about path of Seva, basically. And one time, sitting in the interview room with a bunch of people around, it was just me, my family was not there, other adults and possibly 1 or 2 students. And Bhagavan randomly asks, what is the meaning, what is the meaning of knowing God? He says, you know God. So he asks everybody, what is the meaning of knowing God? And there were a variety of answers, and some is just pure love, and some says being close to God and learning from Him. Swami says, no, 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 no. He says, knowing God means to understand what God is. To understand that to be able to see Him, not in physical body sitting up here, to see Him in every atom, everything from animal to underseas and overseas and human mankind and all animals, to be able to see Him in everyone and do what is necessary at that point in time, that is really knowing God. Instead of saying love all, serve all, it's not just loving all, serve all, it's few of us here, to be able to see Him in everything that is created in the universe. That's the real meaning of knowing God. Accepting that it is He who has created, He is not one of us. And that's what's most important. So, few disclosures that I need to make it clear and make sure we understand this. Whatever I'm sharing here today is not just what I am sharing from me. We are sharing what Swami has given to us. I'm expressing that. It's not my, it's for Swami through me, which means all through of you. And that's what understand. So not I'm boasting what Swami has given us, but understand it is He who is doing it, and He who is doing for all of us. So, as you hear, says you hear what you're hearing, like you said, knowing God. Understand, think about it, contemplate it, and put that in your message or in your action. That's what's most important by knowing God. We all talk about Swami's miracles. We heard so many basically, some manifestations, some His presence in our life, and some things that He done which is like beyond understanding, beyond human understanding. But the biggest miracle of Swami is our transformation. Our transformation was most important. He says, I give you what you want, so you come back and ask me what I've come really to give it to you. One time we were sitting in interview room, me and my son, and I'm off track again, so sitting with that thought comes to the mind. Bhajans, the first bhajan had just started, Ganesha had just started, and Swami comes to the portico, Beta kahan hai? Swami, Beta udhar. Both of you come. So only we two and Bhagwan in the interview room. Bhajans are now going on. It rarely happens like that. And we sat with him quietly, and it was small chanting. He was just happiest mood, blissful mood, two of us. Sometimes the eyes were closed. And then he certainly said this, when I walk around outside and the darshan, even some of the foreigners a little bit touch my robe. And they get such a big ecstasy. And they go on and into their centers overseas and spread the message of the excitement and love they receive from Bhagwan, just touching his robe. And then he looks at me and my son looks at us. Swami giving so much attention, kuch bhi nahi. Kuch qadar nahi hai. No value. It was high opener. And then he kept on singing, Humko tumse pyar. He just chanted the whole bhajan in lips. Gunate hai na. So he just start murmuring in voice and just eyes closed. Saying, I love you so much. I love you so much. But still no understanding. Then he opens his eyes, I am truth. I am the truth. He said, nobody understands me outside. Even students don't understand me what I am. They get little things here and there, they're happy, they want more things, but they don't really quite understand still who I am. He is the truth. That we have to really understand. He is the truth. What he says happens. His sankalpa, it's like mountains can not stop even his sankalpa. He wills it. All the powers in the universe come together in real time and fulfill his desire for the child, a devotee that is giving to it. All powers in the universe are in him here. Once he said, outside. Out there is nothing. This is nothing. But he said, what is in his hand? Somebody said, blank hand. Somebody said, Swami, palm. And I said, Swami, everything. He said, aha, nothing is everything. Everything is nothing. This hand can do whatever it wants to do. Emphasizing that understand that he is everything. That's the most important. That is his truth. And in the Maya that he's come in the form that he comes in, he moves amongst us, talks amongst us, feels amongst us, shares a word here and there. There's a purpose for it, and sometimes we just, Swami ne bola, chal jat, forget about it. Every word he says, it's a jewel of thought in it. That you have to understand that. So prerequisites that quite often I put to myself and try to practice is, the prerequisites to understand all the guest speakers here are like 3 small requisites. And it's like, I'll say 3 baby steps. The first step is asserting the beliefs that he knows everything, every moment, everywhere, what is happening, he knows it. He is omnipresent, omniscient. He is always in control. Disasters come to us, things in life fall through us, but you have to understand that in everything that's happening, there is goodness into it. And remembering that if you are surrendered to his feet, he is in control not only of you, of everything. He will take care of it. But you must have the purity, patience, and perseverance. So it's important that. And third one is, he is ready to help all the time. He is ready to help each one of us. But the calling is upon us. The choice is in our hand whether we want his help or not want his help. So that is one of the prerequisites. And second is, you have unconditional faith in him. Unconditional faith. No matter what happens, don't let faith deter from you. And the third is, make a commitment. Make a commitment to watch your WAT, watch your thoughts, words, and action. Character and the heart. So your rate of transformation, we're talking biggest miraculous transformation. Rate of transformation is a function of, mathematically, the purity of your thoughts, words, and actions, which the character and heart takes care of. The purity of thoughts, words, and action, the more you work on that, the faster will be your transformation to reach him. So those like baby steps of spirituality that we should keep in mind for if you want seek the transformation that he has come to give us. Remember, I said, choice is in our hands. He is ready by doorsteps. I'm coming knocking a door. Are you ready to open the door and call me, get me in? That's what we have to remember all the time. So having said that, with prerequisites, I think all of you are waiting for us. How did I come? How did we come to Swami? And that's like everybody's DNA. Swami knows, like each one of us, every experience coming to Swami is very unique to Bhagwan and to the individual. Take any life experience or first experience of Bhagwan, you will see there's unique DNA that only a devotee knows why he did what he did at that point in time. So it was sometime in late 78, and That time I had lost my job and thought that was the first and the last job. I worked there like almost 8 years, 7 years. It was very satisfying. So they couldn't really survive, so they went under, and I was from eight people in the company, we grew to 260, and quite fast we came down in that year to maybe 30, 40 people, and president of the company tells me, "Hey Ramesh, why are you still here?" I said, "I know you're cutting down, but the companies go on." He said, "No, we'll be shutting down soon, go look for a job." So I had applied job from that point on. It was maybe summer of that 78. All over in the United States, east, west, north, south, probably 100 odd requests, resumes have been mailed out. No reply from anywhere. Or if you had some interviews, they didn't materialize into a job. So this was going on, and this one time I was traveling to Boston for an interview in digital equipment. And my wife has a friend visits her at home. He says, "Sunita, can you take me to a Sai Baba center here? I have read this book, Men of Miracles. I like to go and visit." So Sunita says, "Okay, Ramesh is out of town. I don't know about Sai Baba. I heard about him. I know there's a center in the town, so I'll call the family and we'll go." So they went. Oh, then when she went, and she was very happy. When I came back Sunday, she narrated me all that happened. In short, she says, I was very blissful, the songs in Sanskrit and English, it was just out of the world, and you should come next Thursday. I said, "Okay, we'll go." And she had made a challenge to Swami, but she never told me what the challenge was. That if you do A, B, C, I will believe you are God. And she never told me about that. So I went next Thursday. Believe me, the moment I entered the Sai Center, there was a huge standing picture of Bhagavan, just like that you see in the mandir, standing picture. I just stand there for several minutes. I don't know what happened. I was mesmerized. My heart told me, "You have found God." That's it. You have the God. You have found it. There was nobody to question to. I had no question to ask anybody. I don't have to verify anything. It just happened, just instantaneously, that Swami was here. I know he's my God. I met him. And then, as we drove in the car, there was aroma of vibhuti in the car, like jasmine flavor. Like when Swami walks by you, veranda, you'll get you touch his feet, the fragrance of jasmine just stays on your fingers, hand for an hour or 2 or 3 hours. It's very common, isn't it? So, and then we just, okay, maybe imagining. We entered our house. The whole house was full of aroma of Swami's vibhuti fragrance. So then we came back and talked to the state center president the following. He said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Koi baat nahi. This is normal. This is how Swami comes in everybody's life. So this is a calling card to you, basically, that whatever problem you are listening." My dear friends, brothers and sisters, the following week from that, every Thursday, like a clockwork, there was job offer from companies. In 9 weeks, I had 9 jobs from north, east, west, center. In St. Louis, I was there in McDonnell Douglas, to Boeing in the West Coast, to IBM in the South. You name it, I had jobs in my hand. And what to do with it? Because he just showed us, and then Sunita tells me, I challenged Swami, if you find my husband looking for a job, if you find him a job, I'll believe you're God. That was a challenge. So then she said, this is about, Swami has given you all these jobs. So pick one. So we took the chit and picked one, and there was one going to south. But anyway, what happened, that mind took over, like it sometimes chit comes. I was not expecting that chit. So there was a friend who came to see Sunita in St. Louis. They had moved down to Pennsylvania, in Allentown. Said, "You better go to GE, which is in Virginia, here down. You'll be close by every 4 hours. Every weekend, you can bring your children here. because she was godmother to my kids. So we took the job we just didn't follow the chit basically. But anyway, to cut the story short, she says, you cannot join the job till you go see Swami Puttaparthi. What is Puttaparthi, where it is, how to go there, we didn't know anything about it. I'm talking it was 78 of December basically, I think, that Christmas weekend. But we went there like, post-Christmas, we went like January 1 or 2, around that time. And we were there for two days only. Believe me, my friends, I did not have a ticket to go back to Pune, and from there to United States, return ticket I had. Monday I was supposed to take my job. This Thursday we go to Puttaparthi. I tell drivers, sir, I do not have the return ticket confirmed to go, so I want to fly Saturday from Pune to Pune. And सिर्फ साहब मुझे पासपोर्ट दे दो और आपकी जो टिकट है वो दे दो, मैं कंफर्म कर दूँ. I don't know what happened, my friend. Does anybody done like that, to give a passport to a stranger? He was driver, if he just picked up at the airport, we didn't know it. I gave my passport, gave my ticket. And my wife's wondering, what did you do? How can you do that? I said, it's okay. Swami in control. It just happened like that. So, and then we went, Swami's darshan was going on, we were late. Next morning, he came close to me. I was sitting right behind the people who's in a wheelchair. Just somebody told me, you got to write something. So I had a thank you note. And he came and he took my thank you note and he went away. Now as you know, Swami Darshan goes, he comes from Mandir here. In olden days, Mandir straight to the wheelchair boy, then goes this way and then goes this way and finally go ladies' side, right? Big chakkar basically. So he had gone here all the way and reached there, that corner. And I saw him autographing a book for for some gentleman. And I was reading his book. So dumb on me. I should ask him to autograph my book. You won't believe it, those who know about Swami in Puttaparthi, once he never tracks back, right? He just keeps on going on. Maybe a little bit here. He just caught my thought and immediately turned around and came straight back to me. It was probably 30, 40 yards, 100 feet, came back. And I had a book in my hand, he took it and he autographed. With love, blessings, Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, with love. So I got my blessings for the job, right? And here I was, happy. It was Friday, and my driver came back, luckily. He says, Saab, aapka ticket confirm is tomorrow morning. Balcony darshan leke chalna, because we had reached 11:30 flight to Pune. In my dilemma, the president of the Sai Center told me, you're going to Swami with Swami's invitation. Once you're in the mandir, Swami's premises, you take his permission to go back. Here I'm an ordinary human being, don't even know what Puttaparthi is, first visit to Swami, and how is it going to happen? How can I tell him I'm going? So Sunita said, you got your blessings, that's why you came. We are very happy. What more do you want? I said, no, I need to get this permission. He said, take morning darshan and tell him, pray him from the balcony. He'll come balcony darshan. That used to happen. And he'll listen. I said, no, I have to give it. So I placed myself. Car was ready to transport. It was sitting on Ganesh side. I took the chit. If Swami, you take this chit, that means I should go. If you don't take the chit, I'm going to stay. And I was sitting where he turned around on the other side, in second row, with chit in my hand. And Swami, like a beeline, came out of the mandir and straight came to me and picked the note and walked away. This was the first test of faith. Not knowing what about, you know that blind faith, that he is in control. I didn't even know what it means, but I knew that I found God. And driver was ready. Believe me, we left 7:30. No, doors were too bad, but still made the flight at 11:30 in the old airport in Bangalore. It cannot happen without His grace. So that's how we really got to it. I will not digress, because the other part of the story about the credit card, but how Swami paid my bill. To go to India, we needed about $2,500 to buy 4 tickets and new child with go free basically. We did not have money for one ticket. Somebody said, I'll give you $1,000. No, I cannot borrow. But we had to go. The next day, I get 2 credit cards in the mail, my first plastic cards in my life. Get 2 credit cards, one is $1,500 limit, other is $1,000 limit. Unsolicited, cards were ready, as you call and confirm it. So we said, this is the calling card. That's Swami wants. So we enough money with $50 left in my pocket to buy all the tickets and go to Puttaparthi. The miracle here, my friends, is when I came back, one of the cards bill never came to me. He paid the credit card bill on his own. He knew we couldn't afford it, but we had to go. But that's Swami. So these were small baby steps that were happening to me, which, and that by the time he autographed my book, it just called, Where Are You From? He said, Swami from St. Louis. And that saga of Where Are You From went on. Swami started dating me for 11 years. Religiously, once, twice a year, at least I'll go twice a year, children go once a year. We went to Swami non-stop. And for next 5 years, at least few times, he says, Where are you from? I see Swami is from Roanoke, Virginia. Where are you from? Swami from Connecticut, Shelton, Connecticut. So I was wondering what was to ashram officials in the trust offices. Why Swami is asking me? He knows where I'm from. I definitely know who I am, where I'm from. But why is he asking where I'm from? He said, Dekho, Swami when he comes, there are tens of thousands of people. And he talks to few people here and there. He talks to few people here and there. So be happy that he's talking to you. Why do you want to think too much about it? He chooses check to check. That's a good explanation. Once in it is probably towards 1988, I was reading one book, I think Kasturi's son basically wrote it. And then that's I randomly opened, sitting in the darshan line. He says, Swami often asks us where you're from, and he expects you to answer, you are from him. Aha! Mystery solved. Then, for the other 2 years, he didn't ask. Left me alone. After 2 years, in Pune Chandra, waiting on the outer line, when he goes all the way up and down, he saw me, he took my letters, which he was dating with Swami. We could see him, we could talk to him, autographs, all that happened, but never really had the interview, never had. There was no need for it, we didn't need it, but it just came back, he took my letters, and my young son, my son that time was about 13, 14 years old, he said, where are you from? I said, Swami from Connecticut. Manchati, but Manchati, happy. Manchati, happy, go. That means I've still not learned the lesson basically. So my son tells me, Dad, now you learned not to say that. Why did you say that? I said, I don't know what happened. I pledged my ignorance and said, Swami, I'm sorry. But just in 1990, March 5th, it was Monday. It was my birthday, basically. So I had my little tray with permission sitting in a special place. And he came straight, before he goes to mention, there was little mandaps at the back, if you all remember. So right in front of patients, in front, we stayed. He came, took my tray, he blessed it. I had a proposal for artificial intelligence for the university. He had given me all the liberty with registrar and to work universities. Uncle Professor Bhagya knows all about it. Frequently working with university staff and professors was just normal, off and on happening. We are happy with that seva because all I wanted to serve Swami. That's all I wanted, basically. So, and didn't need his permission because these guys go and ask Bhagwan, this gentleman will give something. So that's the dating going all the time. He took it and he said, where are you from? And before he answered, he just walked away. He materialized vibhuti for my birthday, gave it to me in my hand, and walked away. So he knew what the answer was going to be. I said, Swami from you. He turned around, it was like 5 feet away. What? From you, Swami. Good, go. So I thought I did something blunder. I sat down. And the old gentleman was with all the patients. Swami bolta hai, andar jao, Gom is there. I thought he's telling me, get out. And that was first experience of Swami. We never really were looking for the interview. But more importantly, my friends, my relatives, my people in India, because I would come spend 8, 10 days, 7 days in Swami and 2, 3 days with my parents, relatives, and then we go back. So what foolish guy, he's spending so much money every year. He's on 40, 50,000 of salary, hand to mouth, and he spends 10,000 or so. People could scared. He said, why the hell are you doing it? I said, it's our joy, it's my investment in my children, like Uncle mentioned yesterday. It is my investment in my children. They are right now 4, 6, 8 years old, to be able to take him to Swami. And they learn the culture, they meet grandparents, what more do I want? So it was not me wanting the interview, it is the people like you sitting around me, sitting in the center, say, why aren't you getting interview for all the good work that you're doing? So I'm doing no good work, basically. Many thousands of people do good work. So I had no expectation. So that interview basically, my dear friends, was this was DNA test for me. So as soon as I went in the interview room, this was all Telugu people. They all went in the interview room, fast, rushing. They had taken the seats. I don't know what the interview room is. So finally I got a seat at the door. Like Uncle mentioned, I couldn't go any further. I was sitting at the back and Swami was there. And as soon as I was last one to enter, but they already pre-chosen, it took me a long time to get in from where I'm seated to get there. So Swami walked and took a seat. And then again from the seat, he says, where are you from? Oh my God. Swami, from you. And then there was big laughter. He said something in Telugu to all those people, to the whole Telugu interview basically. Our talk was in Telugu basically. I couldn't understand anything of it. But I was happy. I was in front of God, in full ecstasy. I could see him sitting on the chair. The door I was sitting is probably 10 feet from there. The interview room was very small. Once I seen like that interview, 150 people entered in the interview. How was it possible? Uncle mentioned about of 50 or 80 basically. I've seen 150 people going in the room. It's just mind-boggling to comprehend that aspect of Swami. So when he said, so in the end, these Telugu people told me, Swami was telling that, look at these American people who are coming up here, they say they are from me. And you all know it, but you still don't understand it. You know all the Sanskrit, all the words where you're from, but you never say that. So he was laughing at us. And laughter was a joke, was on us basically. Towards the end of the interview, and this is the touching moment, he says, come near. So I went at Swami's seat and then he says, what is your name? I said, my name is Ramesh. Now, meaning pata hai? I said, no, Swami. He said, Ramesh means, there are 3 syllables. Ra, me, ish. Ra means, jo ramta hai, when he is in ecstasy. Me means in. Ish means Ishwar. He said, one who is always in love with Ishvara, in ecstasy. It's like Tandava dance. You're with him all the time. That's the exact meaning. I says, Swami, yes, I love you, I love God. He says, yes. And the moment I say I love God, his hands started moving this way. And he materialized the ring. Now, I didn't mention earlier, when I left in Pune, I was going to US for studies. The priest in the temple, Pujari, when I went to say bye to him, he had given me, because every Monday I was to go do my work, so I used to go to that Shiva Mandir and Hanuman Mandir. So up there, he said, he came into that big lingam. He said, ye le jo aapke saath, everything will be good for you. Just worship this. So that linga, I've been now praying for 20 years, 1971 to 1991. 1990 was 20 years, I'm worshipping Shiva. The ring that he materialized, my friends, was silver ring. On top of it was, it's like a lingam mounted on this pedestal. The top was pedestal. And there were 9 stones on the linga and the pedestal of Shiva. It's only I and he knows it why he gave me that ring. That he is honoring my worship to Shiva by giving the ring. He knows, I am the one in Pujari who gave you this linga, which you are worshipping, I know it, and that's how I'm giving you this. Everybody was ecstasy with the ring and lingam aspect of it. They were very happy, but that was the inner meaning. Then he went took me inside interview room. He asked what wife kaisa hai, bacha kaisa hai, it was just first interview. And then he said, Swami, very good. He says, your name is not Ramesh. So why? My name is Ramesh. That's the name your parents have given to the body to recognize. You are Atma. He says, you are Atma. That was an inflection point for me. The second inflection. One, the first time was the center. This was my second inflection point to take that Swami's message to the heart. From there on, my middle name changed from Ramesh M. Wadhwani to Ramesh Atma Wadhwani. Every time I wrote a letter or note to Swami, I would say Ramesh Atma Wadhwani. Atman Parantas, you gave me that basically. So that was a loving dialogue that started happening with Bhagwan. So in the interview, which was Telugu interview, right? So in the end, I met one of these ISP officer, forget his name, Dora Garu. So I met him over coffee in the evening, just coincidentally, it wasn't planned. I said, sir, can you tell what was Swami talking? He said, he was just talking about Rama, Lakshmana and all that. And he was essentially more talking about the conversation between Vibhishana and Hanuman. So Vibhishana is telling Hanuman that you are so fortunate that you are so close to Rama. I also chant Rama name, you also do Namasmarana Rama, but you are more fortunate. So Hanuman tells Vibhishana, that's very true, my dear brother. But the only difference is, I chant Ram's name, but I'm also busy in Rama Karalaya. I'm doing Rama Seva all the time. Chanting his name, Muh mein Ram, Haath mein Kam. Chanting his name all the time. And remembering that he has asked me to do this work, I should just go up there and do the work and come back. Follow his word, finish it and come back. Finish it and come back. That's the only difference. So you're busy in Rama Karala. So Swami says, so too, just bhajans are not needed. More than bhajans is also, you do Sai Karalaya. So this is the message to my young adults, that you got a lot of energy. You got a lot of bhajan dhamaka that I hear off of you. And I love them to do that. My wife loves you, all of you. She loves bhajans. But along with that, you got to do seva wholeheartedly. You can collectively, we can do much, much more, my friends. There's a lot of opportunities. The Swami's institutions are divine institutions. We are the contemporaries of Bhagwan. To be able to serve early through these institutions, small or big way, giving time, professor teaching up there, or finding some instruments that they need, some capital that they need, whatever you can give. You can go into seva basically in them. But that giving time to those institutions, because those institutions are divine institutions. He has created those institutions for our own sadhaka, for all sadhana. Through those institutions, we learn the message of Swami through the institution of education, social care, healthcare. So we have to take that seriously and see what we can do. That right now his body has left, his work is still going on, but we should expand that work and reach out not only to the institution there, but creating the institutions wherever else they are needed in his name. And that's what's most important. There was a key lesson that I took away from that first interview. So while I was there in the interview in the end, Swami was talking how his family. So to Swami, my older daughter Reshma is graduating high school. She wants to know what should she study. So Swami said, no engineering, no science. That's good. For girls, medicine is good. Do a lot of seva with medicine. I said, okay, Swami. So I came back and told Reshma, Swami wants to do medicine. Get lost. He won't say that. You're making it up. I said, no, that's exactly what he said. And so I asked Swami, can I come back in August with family? Swami said, yes, please come all of them. So he knows my family. Now he's invited to come. So we go back in August. And you can ask yourself, he said, I have not taken any pre-med, you need advanced biology classes, right, when you do high school. So I have not taken any biology AP classes. There's no way I can pass entrance exam. That Swami won't say that. So we left it that. Of course, then she got medicine when we came back and Swami gives family interview in that August. He told her, she asked herself, says, no, you do medicine, it's good for you. So, and she's a good doctor. She's Atlanta practicing. She's a pediatrician. So that's what happened. So we're fortunate in the family that because we've been going to Swami all these years, children also got very close to Swami. So in the process, what's happened, his love to him, he guided them every step of the way, from high school to education to college, watching over them day after day, night after night. Whenever he interviews, he'll talk about them, who's doing what. So he was fully aware of where the children are. And then when he found them the soulmates. He was instrumental in finding the soulmates. And get them married and go back, and Swami married them again in the interview room and give them Mangal Sutra, sari, whatever that is. Swami did all that. Manoj, he did thread ceremony. All the good things happen with that post 11 years of dating Swami, or Swami dating me, or all these years. So that's been great fortune that the whole children are in there. So once I digress at one of my notes, I was sitting with Swami, it was like maybe late 90s. I said, Swami, I want to serve you and only you. I get distracted here too much. Swami said, nahi, tum kaam karta hai mera? So Swami, I don't. I just could go seva, nursing home, or some Narayan seva here and there, but hardly any. So then he said, no, you do a lot of seva. Swami, I don't argue. Do you take care of your wife? Yes, Swami. That's my seva. You take care of Sai systems? Yes, Swami. That's my company. During my seva. He says, you have Sai center in the house? I know it. I didn't tell him. He knew it. He says, yes, Swami. You serve a Sai center, all the devotees coming. Don't you serve them like Swami? Yes, Swami. That's seva. So he said, everything is Swami seva, my dear friends. There's no difference. He said, don't make buckets of seva, left and right. Everything is mine. But do that seva just like you enter your shrine, my shrine in your house, because we have room for Swami, one of the bedroom. Just like you have my room, you go there and do morning worship to me. Do all the work as if you're worshipping. In that same stand, the amount of time you take to cleanse and maintain the altar and do your prayers 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever, do the seva. But when you proceed through the day, think that you're worshipping. Think that you're doing my work. And then work becomes worship. And from worship becomes wisdom. This is www, not World Wide Web. www, work, worship, wisdom. So like Uncle, this teachings are very, very simple. He finds the right moment, right time to really press the point to you. When you answer the question, turn around and tell us that he only believes one thing, Eka Tattva. Only thing that exists is Atma. Oh, everything exists out is Atma. Even while visiting Swami's institutions, I see a big board on the principal's office at the entrance. The big board says, Swami is telling he's on creation. I read that, and Uncle may know it. He said, Nothing existed, and I was alone in dark space. There was nothing that existed. I was bored. Oh God, thank you. I was bored, so I wanted some company. I wanted to play with something. I want to talk to somebody. So he says, me, created myself from myself to love myself. Bhagavan is telling, Bhagavan, when I had no form, I created myself, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, created myself from myself so I can love myself. That's the essence. That seva is that's what your understanding of seva. That you are doing Swami's work and you're dedicating to himself, because by loving each other, like among us say Sai Ram, all doors open up, isn't it? Wherever you go, I used to travel Europe a lot when I was for ITT. Everybody's invited. Just say Sai Ram and people just come miles and miles to pick you up, because they're so eager to learn about it. Whether I went to Venezuela, I went to Russia, I went to Belgium, I went to London, the people welcome to you and they want to hear about what Swami's things happen in ashram, because they don't travel. So essentially, that thing would expand from that little seva that we do each other to everybody else. I created myself from myself, love myself. That is love all, serve all. That's essentially love all, serve all. That means seeing no differentiation with anybody out there. Like I said earlier, when he said, knowing God means understanding that He is all pervasive in every atom. And to accepting that and making your life around that, thinking that you are serving Him in the process of doing your activity. That's work, worship, wisdom. That's where we should take back. Everything are gems, but we had to, like I said, contemplate. Contemplate and implement. This is how he says, be, do, tell. Once you listen, then try to become what you're listening through contemplation. Be, then do, and then become, then tell. That's essentially it. First transform yourself and have that firm conviction that will come into the state we're looking for happiness is equanimity. That will come. So before I'll close, basically my time is 5-minute notice is here. So I won't go proceed with many other cards that I just last night put thought process. But one thought here is Swami's basic message. His basic message is to transform us into self-realization. Means moksha. So he's ready to give us moksha, right? But effort is on our part. And what is moksha? Two syllables, moh plus sha. Moh means attachment, sha means removing. Simple. So you have to be able to remove it. So once the divine discourse is going on, and I had this conversation about what can do, what can not do, he says, I heard Swami saying divine discourse. I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, but there remember this. Na karmena, na prajaya, dhanena, tyaganaiki amutatsva. That means not from good deeds that seva we do, bhajans that we do. That's not enough. Not from your kith and kin or your praja, your kingdom, if you're king. Neither from your wealth that you have attached to, that you think will save you in life in the end. Neither that. Tyaganeki, which means sacrificing what you have and giving it to others. Everything is sacrifice. Aspire, adore, achieve. But adore is that sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice the asset the Swami is giving? Not just get. It is an asset anyways. We came empty-handed, go back empty-handed. That's the asset. So, Tyaganeki, you got to really be detached. Do seva, but not be attached to seva. Once Swami told a very rich man, Jim Sinclair, he shared one of his, Sinclair, I've given you everything, but you're not happy. He had no words for it. Then he says, Sinclair, if I ask you something, will you give? I give you everything. Can you share something from it? He was very happy. Maybe it's a big project I can do. He said, yes, Swami. He says, I want you to be happy. All I want you to be happy. I don't want anything. So he says, all I want from you is to be happy. He wants all of us to be happy. Now you see, why Kestrel face, huh? Right? He tells us, Kestrel face, he doesn't like it. He says, we always be happy. You are in God company. God company makes you happy, as we saw in the play. So we have to have that happiness moment. Whether we want it or don't want it, it is here, not anywhere else. You can't buy happiness outside. Happiness is always with you. Peace is with you. Outside there is no peace, all pieces. Peace is within you. Say, I want peace, take the I out, which is, take the want out, desires, ego out, peace is there. I want peace, take I and want out. Peace is there for you. Why are you hunting anyway? You cannot buy it outside, right? So understand that He is there inside. That is the basic call. You can forget everything. That's the basic call. So in the end, give me a minute, sir. I'll leave with five simple sentences with a sense of everything that we talk. You know, mantra Sai gave in 65th or 70th birthday, SAI. Seva, adoration, illumination. So if we do everything in the form of seva, adoration, bhakti will come, and jnana will come. So this is something I really follow in my life. The 5 sentences which summarize everything Veda, Shastra that you have. First is, look behind and thank God in form of angels in your life. Each one of us had very many angels. Where we are today, where we were last year, 5 years, 10 years, childhood. You can see that there was somebody came in your life and propped you. Uncle shared lots of things in his life, how propping happened everywhere he went to in touch, right? Isn't it? So we have to have gratitude to not to form the God there, but that angels were sent by Him on your way. Angels did not know they came for you. You don't know the angels, but you benefited from them. Don't call it a coincidence. It is He who sent to you. He's not going to walk down with you and come in front of you and give you what you're asking. Because He is the wire puller. He is the wire puller. He can do everything, right? So look behind and thank all those angels. Look forward and trust that angels are still waiting in line. When your need comes, they'll pop up and show it. Have that faith. Look forward. Look forward for the angels. Don't give up hope. Keep that hope on. Keep the work going on. And third, finally, he says, look around and serve God. Are you ready to become an angel for somebody else? That's the challenge for all of us is, can I spend every day dedicated time for helping somebody else? You can also say, oh, it's not my problem, I walk away from it. Somebody will take care of it. Sure, God will take care of everything. He is going to feed everybody else. But you lost the opportunity and somebody else got it, isn't it? So you've got to grab that opportunity, grab that need and see, what can I do with the need? How can I give my time to the institutions or anybody else or a fellow student or a brother and sister here that you can be a guide to them. So that's what it essentially is. Those 3 sentences is everything. These 3 are actions. Other 2 is a liberation. And we not to worry about it, but fourth is look inside and see God. Unless you do seva and unless you have the gratitude and trust, you cannot see that. By doing all that, you took all the filth out that children told them play. All the filth went away, and the realities come through. And then you can see the spark of God in you. You cannot go today, hey, I realized God is in me, God is in me. You'll not get it. Like Uncle said, your sadhana has to go on. Constant repetition has to go on. So look inside and see God. And finally is 5th, look through and be God. That's end state. That is equanimity. Prajnana Brahma. You achieve. You're a human body walking around, but you realize. That's the end state. Will the end state come this time? Or will it come next time? We do not know. Or next birth, many of us. But at least we all know we're on the path, because the avatar of the universe, when he came here on birth, was amongst us. See how His work is going and expanding time to time. So that's what most essential to remember is, you can forget everything that you listen, but take these 3 or the 5 sentences, when you practice, you will please God. You will please Swami, and you'll achieve what you want. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.